Well, everyone, the iPhone 15 Pro is one of those devices that has been out for a little bit over a year now, and I want to talk about how this phone is holding up in the later part of 2024. Number one, what I will tell you is that I love the iPhone 15 Pro. It has been my go-to device for the last year, and I really enjoy it. It's a beautiful phone, it has so much features inside of it, and I do think if you are going to go through and buy a phone, this is a very solid option. It's not perfect, but I think this is a very good phone, and you generally can't really go too wrong with a device like this. Now, number one, this phone on the outside is still beautiful and it holds up very well when compared to phones that just came out. So the 15 Pro against the Galaxy S24s, the iPhone 16s and 16 Pros, pretty much almost identically the same phone. There's not really too many differences. The main thing that you're missing out on the 15 Pro compared to the 16 Pro, number one, smaller display and the lack of a camera button. Other than that, they're almost identically the same brightness, a little bit of a difference with the resolution, but they're just kind of the same exact phone. So from that side, you're not really missing out on too much, and I do think that's a very big thing to keep in mind, because with something like the iPhone 15 Pro, you're generally going to feel like you're getting a really good phone with this type of device. You're getting that USB Type-C port on the bottom, you're getting that triple camera setup, and so far, the last several months, almost a year that I've used with this phone, I've loved it. I've loved the camera on this phone, the battery life has been really good, and the performance has been excellent. Now, with iOS 18, so far I've tested iOS 18 on a lot of devices. I've not installed it on my iPhone 15 Pro, but I've installed it on my iPhone 15 and another iPhone 15 Pro that I bought, specifically to test iOS 18 on a few months ago. And during my time using it, I didn't really feel like it was super buggy or such a pain to use or anything like that. I felt like it was a really good performing piece of software. And the thing you have to remember is that iOS 18 is specifically made to be used on the 15 Pro. When Apple was making iOS 18, they were making it specifically for the 15 Pros to make sure it worked on that device. Nowadays, of course, we have the 16s, but the 15 Pro was the best phone they made iOS 18 on, and I think that's one of those things to kind of keep in mind there. I love the iPhone 15 Pro, and whenever I install an update or anything like that, it still does a really good job at the handling of all the performance that I've ever really done with this type of device. So I think that in and of itself is another very important thing to keep in mind there too. On top of those things, I think when it comes down to the iPhone 15 Pro, this is also one of those devices that genuinely, in my personal opinion, the performance is great. It's a really good performing phone. This is, giving you the Apple A17 Pro chip with 8 gigabytes of RAM. And as I mentioned before, if you're going to go through and pick up a phone, this is one of those types of devices that's going to be giving you a very good performing device when it comes down to it. And I do think this in and of itself, once again, is another big highlight with this phone, because the performance is great, the RAM is really good, and it has pretty much the most RAM you can get inside of an iPhone. So even from that side, you're not really missing out on too much there either. So personally for me, I think this is another really big asset for this type of phone. And what I would definitely tell you is that the iPhone 15 Pro definitely by far is one of the best performing devices you can still buy on the Apple side. It's beautiful, looks really nice, and I genuinely don't have too many complaints when it comes down to this type of device in my personal opinion. So from that side, that kind of covers it up there for the most part. If you have any other thoughts or questions, please let me know in the comment section below. Hit the like button, that would mean so much, but definitely hit that subscribe button. More importantly than everything else, I love every single one of you guys. Hopefully I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace out till then.